All right, so this is coding problem 3.4.2, and essentially what we're doing is we are modifying a previous function, so it takes in one parameter, which is named count, and then instead of printing the numbers from 1 to 10, it should print the numbers from 1 to the value of count, and then it should end with ready or not, here I come. So with functions, what we want to do is when we start, we want to write our function header. So this is def, and then whatever our function header is. So this is hide and seek. And if there wasn't a parameter, you would just have empty parentheses like this. However, since there is a parameter named count, we want to add that inside the parameter. So we'll put count here. And basically what count does is it's kind of like an implied variable. So when you run this function in the console or down here, you would input whatever number you want for count. And so that we can use it in the rest of your code. So don't forget the colon after the end of your function header. And then you should see it indent, and that's when we can start writing our code. So it's telling us to print each of the numbers starting from 1 to whatever the value of count is. So this requires us to use a for loop. So it would be for num in, and then we can use a range so that way we can grab each number. So it'd be from 1 to count. All right. And then it says for each number, we should print the number out. So then that way we want to use print, and then we would say print num. So with each iteration throughout the range from 1 to count, each iteration will have that number stored in the value of num. So for the first iteration, num would equal 1, the second one would equal 2, the third one would equal 3, and so on and so forth all the way up to count. All right, so, and it says in the end we want to print ready or not, here I come. So there's a couple places, remember, that you could put that print statement. So if you put it here, right underneath your print num, ready or not, here I come, we can see what it will come out as when we run our function. So let's run this call. It says hide and seek at 36. So we could, oh, that's not what I wanted. We want to run. All right, so we see in our output, it has each number printed, and then it says ready or not, here I come, to ready or not, here I come. So after each number prints out ready or not, here I come, and we see that we wanted to go up to the value of count, but it only went up to the value of 35, and that's a quick fix in our for loop right here. It's where the range is. So remember, when you're doing a range, it's inclusive for the first number, your start number, but it's exclusive of your end number. So since it says 1 to count, it's actually going to go up to, in this case, since our count is 36, it's actually going to go up to 35. So this would be 1 all the way up to 35, as we can see in our output. So what we want to do instead to include the 36 is to plus 1 up here. So that way this number is now 37, and in the range it would go from every number from 1 all the way to 36. So it includes 36. The other problem was when we ran our code, ready or not was printed after each number in the for loop, and that's because, as you can see, it's underneath, it's indented inside the for loop, which means for each number it will print num and print ready or not, here I come. But in the function, we only want it to print ready or not, here I come at the very end. So what you want to do is you want to pull this print statement outside the for loop. So aligned with the for loop. So once it's done running the for loop, then it will print ready or not, here I come. All right. And so also remember, when you guys are calling this function hide and seek at 36, it prints out these things because we've called the print, I guess we've had a print statement inside our function. So note that it would be a little bit different than having a return there instead. So now that we have these print statements and our counts in their correct places, if we run this, all right, so it has all the numbers from 1 all the way up to 36, and then it says ready or not, here I come. So that has completed the question.